We got the VGA controller to work and to display solid colors on a VGA monitor. Now we move into developing a little bit more interesting demo video system. And along the way, I'll show you the two types of video cores or video systems or subsystems that you might see. So the first pattern you will see is actually a pixel generation circuit. And this means that this particular circuit will generate pixels from scratch. It will just completely generate it. And the example I'm showing you in here is something that generates a test, like it generates basically test pattern. And in this particular case, we're going to call it basically bars of colors. So for this particular box, we're going to go to the details of implementing each one of these boxes. But for now, all we need to know is like there's some type of circuits that actually generate from scratch, generate the pixel values. So all you have to do to tell it is actually give it the X and the Y of the pixel you're currently at. For example, in here, remember it's like we're actually moving pixel by pixel and providing it to the monitor eventually from this side in here on the VGA. So all you have to do is just basically tell it, okay, this is my X and Y, and that particular pattern generator will tell you what color of pixel it is. For example, if you're here, it'll give you that cayenne color and so forth. Okay, so that's the pixel generation circuit. It just generates the pixel values from scratch. It doesn't care about the input, what came to that system. Okay, so the next type of circuits you will see, video circuits, is actually a pixel transformation circuit. And a pixel transformation circuit, in this particular case, I'm showing you an example that converts RGB, which is color, to grayscale. It actually takes whatever is on the input, basically takes some sort of a pixel value in the input, does some sort of a transformation on it, and converts it and show it to you on the output. Okay, and in this particular case, I will be providing it with a test pattern, and it will just convert it to black and white or grayscale. So these are the two types of video subsystems you will see or you might see. But generally speaking, in addition to these types of system, you usually attach to it like some sort of a bypass mechanism. Okay, so these here are just basic multiplexers. So in this particular first multiplexer, you're choosing whether to output whatever the test generator actually generated or something that came for its input. So generally speaking, there's some sort of an input in here. The same goes in here. For example, you have the ability to bypass this particular course so that you don't transfer anything. So for example, you have like the color in here and you go, so you either output the color itself, the one that you have as an input, or you output something that you just converted, which is from here. So you usually have this ability to bypass certain core. So the ultimate system we're about to build is actually composed of these few components in here. So the first one will just generate this particular color here. The second one will take whatever input you put and will just basically generate the grayscale. And then you send all of this to the Vga Synchronization circuit, which will generate the H-Sync, V-Sync, and the RGB that basically is based on whatever you have in here. And in both cases, you can actually bypass the test generator, or you can bypass the color in here. As an input to the test pattern generator, we will connect, we call it basically background color or background RGB. These are basically connected to the switches. So I'm just going to connect the switches to here, basically the 12 switches that we have. Is exactly as we did with a very, very simple VGA controller. So the system eventually will have 12 switches connected to this, a switch to bypass that particular test pattern generator. And if you bypass it, you're effectively showing that particular solid color, and another switch connected in here, which basically allows me to convert or not convert to black and white. So let's go to the code to see how it's actually implemented. So in code, it's really straightforward. It just basically follows this particular diagram. So what we see is there's the bar demo. Basically the bar demo. That's the first one, which is this pattern generator. We'll go to the detail in a separate video. The RGB to gray, basically this one in here, and then we have the Vga Synchronization Demo in here, which generate the H-Sync, V-Sync, and RGB. And then I have here is basically just a couple of multiplexers that actually allows me to bypass either of the cores. So in here again, I'm basically, this is the color depth. I'm passing it as 12 bits just in case you move to a different board that actually is capable of displaying more than 4 bits per color. This is 4 times 3 is 12. You can actually just easily change it, and that code is just easily changeable.